Hi, so every time I upload a video, there's this one common comment that I always see, and that is please share the notes or the notes of the song, etc. etc. Now, I play the songs by my ear. I don't write down any notes or memorize it or anything like that. I just listen to a song, figure out the pitch, figure out the notes, and just start playing along with it. That's it. Now, when I say this to people, they are like, no, that is not possible. How can you do that? You just don't want to share the notes, etc. and all. But that's not the case. This is what I generally do. I'll just show you an example right now on how I am doing this so you get an idea. We all also have a course in which we are decoding a song, training our ears, and figuring out how to do this whole process step by step. So you can opt for that if you're interested. That is the mastery pack, and you can reach out to our team if you are interested in that. Meanwhile, we'll just see how this process goes. Like, how do I decode a song? How do I figure out the pitch? And then how do I get into the notes and all that? Okay. Now, before you figure out, one thing should be like you should have heard that song a lot of time, and it should be, you know, fit in your mind. That tune should be fit in your mind, not the lyrics or anything. That's okay. Now, for example, I am just going to do the Aakhri Ishq song. Although I have already heard it a lot of times, it has been my recent favorites. My flute cover also got a good attention recently, and it kind of went viral. So that song has been already in my mind, like the tune is already fixed. So I just need to polish it. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just first listen to the song, and then eventually I figure out the things. I'll first figure out the pitch. So this is a D flute, and I can see this is the pitch. This is the sound of that song. Now you'll be like, how did you figure that out? Now that comes with experience, that comes with ear training. When you keep listening to the songs, when you keep doing this process, eventually you will start figuring out. Okay. So initially when I was doing this, it used to take me a lot of time, like a lot of minutes, a lot of maybe sometimes half an hour or so. I would just keep figuring out, is this the note, is that the note? Excuse me. So I'll just keep doing this, and then eventually I'll be, oh, okay, finally this is the one. But with time, when I kept doing it with practice, now the thing is like just the moment when I'm playing it, you just saw it. Within minutes, I could figure out, okay, this is the note. And I could also make out that it's also in minor scale. Okay. Now, how did I figure that out? And that's also again with ear training, it's with the experience that comes out. But yeah, what you can do is this ear training is important. When you listen to a song, just keep playing random notes with any flute. You can just figure out that one note will be common, one note will be the sa of that, and eventually with that you can also figure out the scale or the minor major of that song. Okay, that is the first step. Now the next will be you just listen to it and try to play along with it. Now that you know it's in minor, and I can play from re on the flute because it's easy, I'll just try to play it. As I already know the tune, it's easy for me to play. I'm just randomly playing it. It might not be the exact note. So you might have observed a lot of notes I'm getting it correct because all the tune is already registered in my mind, and based on that I am just able to play on the flute. But you will see that they are not the exact notes. Some notes are going here and there because I'm not exactly decoded it. I'm just randomly playing along with the tune. So what I'll do is next, I'll just try to divide it part by part. I just listen to the first part and try playing it, then the second part. So that way I can try to match the exact tune. I can observe it a little more and then figure out the exact note of that particular tune. Okay, so it's like right? So now I figured it out like the next part is almost the same. You see, it's almost the same. It's small changes. It's a na 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 na. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The next line, you know, da 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 da. Let's try to play that. That's the exact notes. And then Maina Raha part. Part, when you keep listening, it keeps getting better. Okay, when you observe each note properly, listen to it very carefully, that is when you can know, oh, this is the note and this I can play it like this. Yeah. So similarly, the next flute portion is almost similar to this tune. So yes, that's how I do it. I don't know what the notes are. Like, of course, if you tell me now to decode the notes, I have to individually figure it out. Like for example, now it is like da sa da re, da sa re, da sa re ga re ga. Re ma ga re ma ga re ni za re sa da. So you know, this is how difficult it is for me to decode the notes. Now that for me it is the opposite thing. Now when you ask for notes, I have to sit and figure out, okay, this is the note that I played, this is the note that I played. Instead of that, I just listen to it. I just the tune is in my mind, that notes I have an idea of the scale, pitch, etc. And I just randomly start playing, and it just eventually comes. That comes with experience, that needs a lot of practice, but that's what we need to do, right? Now, instead of going after every song and trying to figure out, trying to, beg for notes, like, यार मुझे इसका note चाहिए, मुझे उसका note चाहिए, वो चाहिए, ये चाहिए. Instead of doing that, isn't it better you start training your ears? Of course, it will take time. Let it take its time. But eventually, you can just play any song or any music or anything just on your own. You don't need to rely on any notes or anything. So that's the best method. Try it yourself and let me know. Thank you.